da 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 do 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 da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs Class. It's really fun. It's Mr. Kovacs Class. You might learn a ton. It's Mr. Kovacs Class. It's interesting too. It's Mr. Kovacs Class. And he's super cool. It's Mr. Kovacs Class.
Hey, if you're watching this, you've already logged into Google Classroom, and this is episode 1. I'm Mr. Kovac. This is what I look like without the mask. And I'm going to be leading you through life science throughout the course of this 7th grade year. And, we're going to answer lots of questions about how life works, how life can be different from one type of organism to the next. Speaking of life, you might as well meet my my little kitty. So the way class is going to work is pretty straightforward. Every day, instructional day, A and B days, you'll have a video from me that'll introduce the topic at hand. Today is kind of introductions, and that will be followed by an activity, which I will usually describe the instructions for in this video. And then that'll be followed finally by what we call an Edpuzzle piece, which is where you're going to watch a different video, informational video, and you're going to answer questions about it. Okay. Just so you know, you're Edpuzzling this video. And a nice part of that for me is that if you Edpuzzle, that means I keep track of who's seen it, how much you've watched, and if you've watched the whole thing or not. And I can even grade them. I can grade whether or not you watched or not. How wild is that? So most days, that's what life's going to be like here in 7th grade science. You get me for about 10 minutes. You get guided practice activity for about 10 minutes. And then you get to watch a different presentation of information and answer questions about it for about 10 minutes. On our non-in-class days, the remote days, which is like most Wednesdays, those are the days I'm going to use for quizzes. So the only assignment I'll give you on that day is I'm going to give you an online quiz. You'll be able to take it as many times as you need. You'll be able to go back and look at all of our references. And yes, they'll be graded. You can take it 100 times, and then the highest grade is going to count for you. All right? And so, I'm looking forward to it. It's a different kind of year. I mean, I can't remember the last time I, welcomed kids to the first day of class from my living room. But here I am. Let's get to today's first topic and your assignment for today. And you know what? I'm actually here home. I stopped at home for lunch like I like to do most of the days. So let's talk about food. All right, I made it back to school after a nice lunch, and I said we're going to talk about foods. So your assignment today, this is Thursday, September 10th. Your assignment today is going to be to make on your Chromebook, you're going to make a slideshow that tells me about your favorite and not so favorite foods. Okay, so let's see, maybe this will help. This assignment's on your classroom. It's September 10th, part 2, my favorite foods. And when you open up that slideshow, right, it's what I call a template, or what we call a template. So I've set up for you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides. Each slide is blank, but I put some prompts on there. So like on the first slide, I think all you need to do here is make sure you include your name, right? So I'm going to put Mr. Kovac, K-O-B-A-K, spells like it sounds. And then each slide also has to have some images. And so I don't know if you've all probably used Google Chrome or the slides before, but to get an image, you can go to Image on the toolbar, and you can insert from lots of places. I'm just going to go to the web and I'm going to look up images, and my favorite food are hot dogs, not hat dogs, hot dogs. So I'm looking up over here images of hot dogs. Ooh, hot Cheetos, hot fries, but no, hot dogs. And lots of images of hot dogs. I'm going to pick one. Ooh, mustard. And insert, and it gets inserted. And then, you know, I can do lots of things. I can change the size. But if I change the size, I can, you know, that covers my name up here. I can move my name over here. This is where you get to be creative. You know what? I think the background needs to be different. Where does it say? Format. Anyway, you guys are as good at this as I am, but we can do all kinds of things, right? Like, yeah, let's change the background. Let's just make it a different color instead of boring white. Hot dogs was a good color. How about red? And then done. And then, right, there it is, my favorite. So the slides are my favorite foods, which is the title slide. Second slide is where you tell me, what's your third favorite slide? And then you're going to write, you're going to tell me the last time you ate that food. Your third slide will tell me about your second favorite food. And then you're going to do something a little bit. You're going to write, you're going to tell me you like eating that food best. So maybe there's a place or a way it's prepared or a person so that you like to eat with. So that's where you'd put that. The next to last slide is where you tell me what's your least favorite slide. Ugh, gross. One time I ate this and tell me how you felt. By the way, my least favorite food, peas. Can't stand peas. And then the last slide, of course, is my all-time favorite food. And you're going to write, it's so yummy, it makes me feel like da 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 da. And this is in a text box. These prompts are in text box, so you can just put your cursor at the end of what I've written and then continue, finish the sentence. Right? And so I guess the last thing you do is that when you are finished with an assignment, you need to make sure you submit the assignment. Okay, so when you're finished with it, it'll ask you whether or not you want to submit it. And if you submit it, I will see it. If you don't submit it, I don't see it, and I can't give you credit for that. All right? And then the last thing you're going to do today, pardon my mask falling down. Last thing you're going to do today is my favorite food are hot dogs. So I'm going to show you a video called How It's Made and How Hot Dogs Are Made. It's an Edpuzzle video. Again, you'll open it up on the classroom. It says right here, September 10th, part 3, Edpuzzle, How It's Made. And as you watch the video, you need to answer the questions. I have like 7 questions maybe. And it is going to be graded, so make sure you watch the video. If you're not sure, you can go back over the section you just watched. And yeah, watch as many times as you need to make sure you do your best on it. And I'll be using these pretty much every day to kind of give you a different look at different things. Anyway, that's going to be our first session here at school. If you're an A kid, you're doing this on Thursday. If you're a B kid, you're doing it on Friday. That is all.
Da 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 do 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 da 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 do do. All right. Da 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 do do do. Hey now. Da 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 do do. Mr. Kovacs class. It's Mr. Kovacs class. You might learn on time. It's Mr. Kovacs class. It's interesting too. It's Mr. Kovacs class. And he's super cool. It's Mr. Kovacs class.